TNA Wrestling have done it. Yes, the news broke yesterday. Some real exciting news for TNA fans, especially in America, of course. The new television deal is in the books for TNA, and AMC are about to cross the line and be TNA's home in America as of January. This is a real exciting moment for TNA, and it's going to be Thursday Night Impact, January the 15th, 2026. Literally 5, 6 weeks away. And how exciting is this moment for anyone associated with TNA? And, we've been covering TNA on this channel since the inception in 2022. And listen, we've been on that ride with them since before then. And it is so justifying and so vilifying to know that TNA are finally going to have a great home in America. Now, with that being said, anyone in England and Ireland, you still need to get the TNA Plus app. You still need to download. You still need to subscribe. You still need to pay your £9.99 a month, less than 2 cups of coffee. Hey, listen, inflation is going up on coffees and everything else. So it'll probably be less than 2 cups of coffee soon. You'll be able to watch all of the TNA, all of the impacts, all of the special shows, all of the pay-per-views like Genesis and take you back through the archives. But this TV deal in America has been so long coming, and it is so exciting that in 2026 we are going to see TNA on a massive station in America in AMC. This is going to be the real start now for TNA, and I'm sure that Carlos Silva and the team there, the hard work probably increases now. They have done so much hard work over these last few years. And yes, there's been people like Scott D'Amore involved, and he's done a lot of hard work with TNA. And everyone that's been associated with Anthem and TNA and everyone has worked tirelessly hard for so long now. But the reality is, the hard work now really, you're not saying really kicks in, not a disrespect for what they've done in the past, but now it's time to really see what they're made of. And I'm really looking forward to this starting January the 15th over in America. It'd be great to see TNA back on not a disrespect when I say a bigger station because they're going into it. It's going to be brilliant for everyone. What does this mean? I mean, look, one of the things that TNA has happened over the years that perhaps has been disappointing has been, they've not been able to tie wrestlers down to contracts, long enough contracts anyway. Look, we've seen it before, like Ali comes in, he goes, he's gone back now, and AJ Francis, I think contract is up very soon. Well, according to reports anyway. I don't know how true that is, but reports. It's always been a bit of a difficult one for TNA to tie down talent because they obviously not got that. Listen, they've not had the TV money to a degree. There's a that's a real thing. They haven't had that. It's a lot of it's been done. We'll give you this, this and that and whatever else. So that becomes something really big for TNA. They'll be able to tie talent down for a reasonable length of time now. It's a multi-year agreement with AMC, so they'll be able to tie talents down, hopefully on a multi-year deal as well, which is going to be great. But then you got to think about, well, January the 15th, the first TNA Impact taping on the AMC. They're not going to do things short on that. There's going to be big things that happen on that. The WWE partnership will be continuing. That has been confirmed as well by Carlos Silva. That partnership wasn't going to end. There was rumors going around that when TNA got the TV deal, things could finish up with the WWE. Not the case. They are carrying on their partnership, which is going to play nicely into, the AMC Thursday night impacts that are coming up in the future. There's that. Could there be some big debuts? Could things, what's going to happen on this? You could, people have been saying Chris Jericho, or people, I don't think that's going to quite happen. But there's so much excitement right now through TNA wrestling and this deal with AMC, and it is just so good to see this happening because they've had some dark times in TNA. Maybe they could have gone out of business. I don't know how close that was, after Dixie Carter and everything had happened there, and they went really downhill, and they were basically non-existent in a lot of ways because we could over here in the UK we didn't have TNA Plus. They didn't have a TV distribution deal over here in the United Kingdom. They were floating from network to network to network. And, now I spoke to Santino Marella and Matt Raywold a few years ago when this was really starting to pick up, when TNA were climbing that elevator, climbing the mountain, and they were like, this is the best roster we've ever had. This is I remarked to, because Matt Raywold, that I said that the roster at the time reminded me of the old NXT roster, and he agreed, and with the hunger and the driven to succeed, and we want to go 100 miles an hour at this and make it work. And finally, they have done so, and it's brilliant news. It really, really is. I can't, you know, say how happy I am enough for TNA, and they've been really good to us. I have to, I thank them every time, but everyone involved, TNA UK. SRX consultancy, everyone that gets involved in giving us the interviews, we thank you for that as well, because without that, we haven't had a success as what we've had at a channel, and it makes me feel a little bit proud that maybe we've had a smidgen to do with a little bit of success by bringing out the interviews, people watching the interviews, and that's been really good. But TNA, guys, back January the 15th on AMC in the States. Make sure you tune in. It's gonna be a hardy party and a half, but of course, for the guys over here in the UK, TNA Plus, download, subscribe, get it watched, get it subscribed. And for less than 2 cups of coffee a month, you can watch your fix of TNA. And coming up Friday, don't forget to join me as we review this week's TNA Impact. But just before we go, one last time, congratulations to everybody involved in TNA Wrestling. You've worked so hard to get here, and we look forward and we are excited to see what happens in the future as TNA becomes Thursday Night Impact on AMC.